Oh, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Wednesday night. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Bose 831 Gaming. And welcome to another episode of my Twitch live stream series. We're playing Farming Simulator 22 Platinum Edition, and we're operating on the Silverrun Forest map, which is the base game map for the Farming Simulator 22 Platinum expansion. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods when you're part of the world. Excuse me. First and foremost, I want to sincerely apologize for accidentally skipping my scheduled Saturday live stream. I was feeling under the weather for a few days towards the end of last week, and just kind of honestly just spaced it out with what I was going through and everything. And by the time I did realize basically what day and time it was and what was going on. I had already missed it, and I still wasn't per se in the best shape to go ahead and put something out there to let everyone know what we would be doing. I was kind of considering doing a unscheduled episode on that following Sunday, but it was still not 100% then, so I just decided I'd just wait to the next normally scheduled episode, which is tonight, and we just kind of pick up from there, and that's where we're at tonight. And we're just kind of jumping right in. I'm picking up a little bit right from where we left off on the last episode. On the last episode, we had just finished harvesting our grass field, which is field 2 over here, and we also went ahead and harvested the grass in the other property we own across the street that also just has naturally growing grass, but we don't have it plotted out as an official field, but it's just wild grass that we also, since it's our own property, we also can grab and harvest it as well. And so we're going to grab that grass as well. So we're at the point now where we've cut the grass, but we need to put it in rows and bale it. So we're going to first of all take our, let's go to our lease equipment first. And right now we have a couple of more. Actually, we already have a windrower leased. I guess that must be at the shop. All right, so we already have a lease mower, so we're going to go ahead and run that back to the shop. Right here, this John Deere. We're going to take that back to the shop, and then we're going to pick up our windrower, and we're going to try to do a little setup magic here. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm still not 100%. I'm still kind of fighting through some kind of cold flu bug. I don't exactly know what it is, but it's been having me down and in and out for a few days now, and I've been getting better, but still not got rid of everything yet. I've gotten rid of a vast majority of it, but I'm sure some of you can still hear it in my voice because I haven't been doing a lot of talking, and I wasn't giving me a lot of problems until I just started today, until I just started talking right now tonight. And now it's already in my voice, so just have to bear with me again while I work my way through it. Alright, so we already have the windrower here. We're going to go ahead and have that windrower attachment, and we're going to drop the lawnmower, and we're going to go ahead and return that mower back. We don't need that mower. Return that. We also don't need the other mowers that we lease, so we can go ahead and return those too. And what we do need now is we're going to lease a baler. And we want something that's part of the liftable bales pack, that's because it's kind of what we're doing here in this playthrough. I could easily do some of the stuff from the expansions and DLC and different little things that we got, including the Gore Wiles equipment, the Vermeer equipment, but we're not doing any of those things right now because I'm trying to achieve a certain purpose here in these last few episodes of this live stream series. Again, I haven't definitively decided what my end game was going to be on the series yet, but I am going to sit down and figure that out here as we wrap up towards the end of the year and decide where I want to go as far as my live stream series going into 2024. But I'm leaning towards doing the Alma, Missouri map, unless some interesting map comes out between now and that time, because what I have kind of talked about on here is I kind of want to end up at a nice even number with episodes on the series. I was looking at maybe a nice even 100 episodes, but again, I'll let you know as we get closer to that landmark. Let's see, what baler do I want to use here? Okay. But again, I want to use a baler from the liftable bales pack, I believe. And just to make sure what size are the bales in. So I want to do round bales. What size are these bales over here? They are doesn't tell you how many centimeters. It's just a weight. I don't know what size these are because I don't want to mix sizes. Shucks. Alright, balers. I'm assuming it's the 1 in 25 because it's the smallest one, so let's go back over here to the stuff in the liftable bales pack, and we just need to select the cheapest one that gives us round bales. So we'll do it to VB 3190 because we're on a budget here. Because that's, even though we've got a little bit of money now, we're still not big time. So let's go ahead and grab this bad boy right here. Let me show you what we're aiming to do here. You've seen me do this a little bit before, so you kind of got the gist of where we're going to go here. But we have the baler, we have the windrower, and now we're just going to grab this grass and kind of bale it up. And you've seen me do this in one other episode of the series, so you should kind of have a rough idea of where we're going next. Alright. So we're going to head out to the wild grass field next to our BGA first. Go ahead and build that up first, and then we'll move on to our other property. So let's go ahead, while we're here on the street, we're going to unfold the windrower. We can get this process started right now. Lower, pick up on the baler, and let's go to the windrow side. We want to do lower windrower, turn that bad boy on, turn on automatic drop on the baler, and we're in business, boys and girls. Oops. Except for one small technicality, we got to turn on the baler. Now we're cooking. Let's see. So now it begins. And this process is tricky, but not so much at the same time. It's all kind of like an art. I want to grab up as much material as I can as we make our way around this field. And we try not to leave no stone unturned or no material wasted. We want to grab as much of the grass as we can from around this area. And the rest of it should work itself out naturally. Just trying to run on the edge of the fence. But what you run into is when the baler is dumping the bale, it won't pick up while that's happening. So we're going to have to come back over and pick up some of the loose material that we missed while the baler was kind of unloading. But this is our process now. We're going to be doing this in both fields. And we're just working towards grabbing or collecting as many grass bales as we can. It doesn't mean we're actually going to use the grass for purpose of animal feed necessarily. We could have many other purposes we could use the grass for, but at the moment we just want to make sure that we first and foremost just get it all baled up proper. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do with it later. First thing we want to do is just get it all baled up. We just want to run as tight along the fence line as we can. Because the objective is to get as much material as we can and not leave any loose material wasted. And this process is going to take a little bit, but it'll be worth it in the end, as we'll have ton of material and should get a decent amount of bales. If you're watching the previous episodes in the series, you know we got a nice little collection of bales just from this wild grass field before we got to the point of harvesting our grass farm field, if you will. I guess we can call it a grass farm field. Getting this thing turned around is going to be tricky because I don't want to start picking up grass until I'm ready. I'm on the verge of spitting out another bale, but what I want to do is kind of run back down the line here and see if we can. No, so let's get this joker to 100, spit out the bale. And then we'll come back and start scooping. I'm just going to run it down the line here real quickly. Pack it up, drop the bale, wait for it to close. And zoom. get the general idea of what we're doing here, and what we're trying to accomplish. And again, the windrower is here so we can kind of scoop up the grass and just put it in a position for a baler to come grab the loose material. And we get as much of it as you can. Of course, obviously, a lot of the stuff along the edges of the fence is going to be very difficult to pick up, but we try to get as much of it as we can. But you kind of understand the program now. If you're watching some of the prior episodes and you're wondering why I was doing things a certain way on this field, now you understand why. So there's a method to the madness always. Like I say, you can see we're actually going to get a decent amount of bales from this field. Every time we achieve 100, we gotta kind of back out, dump, and then pick back up, because when the baler is unloading, it's not gonna collect. So we just have to back it out, let it go through the unload process, and then come back in. Just do one more line down this way, and then we should be able to do a lot more smooth, straight up passes all the way down the field. And as you see, now that I'm getting the hang of the process, I'm a little more efficient than I was when we were watching on previous episodes when I was trying to figure out the best way more about doing this field. But now that I got a idea how it goes, it's a lot quicker process here. Because once you know what the deal is, it's pretty straightforward what you want to do. And that's pretty much it. Alright, pardon me 1 second, I need to step away from keyboard momentarily, and I'll be right back, guys. Just bear with me here. I'm sorry, my apologies. I can remember how to be right back. And remember where the controls are to pause the game. Okay, my apologies, I'm back. Alright, so let's go get it. And again, most of the beginning of this episode, we're going to be just chopping up these bales. Once we got them all, this grass all baled up, we're going to have to come back and get it loaded up on the trailer and put it in storage until we need it. And we're getting all of that, excuse me, a little bit tonight. So it should be fun. Now just got to scoop up these edges of the field. Excuse me. Alright. We should be starting to get closer to the point where everything is lined up here. And I could just go straight up and down each row without doing all these odd patterns here. So let's see. And of course, unfortunately, the baling process is not a process where you can hire a worker. There are some things you could do in this game. You could hire an AI worker to do the work for you. But baling is not one of those things. Baling is, at least on console, pretty much a manual process. And again, every time once we get to 100%, we have to back out, to give the baler time to unload and kick out the completed bale. And then we have to wait on the baler to close back up before we start windrowing the grass again, because the baler can't pick up grass while it's unloading. So you have to wait till that process, the unload process is finished before you start back windrowing, so that way you don't leave any unfinished material on the field while the baler is unable to pick up any new material. Alright, so that should be just about it. So I should be able to come around now, and we just turn around and just go straight up and down, more or less. Just got to get my lines more straight. but generally speaking, we're almost there. Grab that material and keep that one out. See, that's what I'm talking about. I got started before the baler was fully closed, so I missed some material. So I had to back up. Excuse me. Pick that material up that we missed. Alright, so now we should be right about there. And you can see it doesn't take long before the baler's beeping to let you know that it's full and it's ready to unload. Because of the small bale size, we're kicking out a lot of small bales. So we're kicking out bales pretty quickly. So for future reference, I might go to a larger bale size, but just but with smaller bales just starting out. Alright, so far so good. Again, every time we hit 100%, we gotta kick out another bale. But this is looking good. Really happy with the progress we're making here. I don't know how we left that little area there where we had a little bit of material here over to the side. I just want to make sure we pick that up. As you can see, this configuration is a bit of a pain to drive because you gotta make sure the baler is in the right direction when you back out, because it always wants to try to turn at a bad angle. So you have to be turning is kind of tricky. Backing and turning, I should say, backing up. Alright, we missed that backcountry now. Now this is going to be tricky because we're going to push a good bale out in the street, and that's not what I want. Now I need to circle back around, and hopefully we can push that one to the side to make sure it's not in the road, and we don't push it into the road. And once we hit 100%, kick it out. That should hit 100% before we get to the end of this row. But we're going to have a lot of bills on this process. Because the round bills tend to be smaller, although in the game there are builders where you can select the different sizes of round bills. My apologies, I don't know off the top of my head what all of the different bale sizes are for round bills, but that's something I can look up and provide later in the chat if anybody's interested in that information. We're doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with what we got going here. Now, of course, if I had the fast bale set up, we just run through it, and I just come back and pick up the spots that we missed. And technically, I could do that here, just roll through and just keep on going, and then while the baler is unloading, just don't worry about it, and just come back and pick up all the spots that I missed without having to stop and roll back. But to me, that's inefficient. To me, it's just more efficient just to stop, roll back a little bit, let it unload, and then just pick back up when you're ready. In this game, the square bales tend to be incorporate your larger bale sizes. So I may look at, for future reference, we're doing round bales now, but we may switch up and go to square bales in the future and just up the capacity to a little larger bale size, just so that we have a longer run time here with the baler before we are having to unload. We may have to experiment here with a little bit with the different sizes and different capacities, just to see what it does. It's not a desired result. I want to try to see if I could use the windrower to kind of push that loose bale out of the way without that happening. That'll cause me to miss a spot. There we go. Alright, we're getting close to finishing this field off. We still got another field to go. And just for a little variety, what I may even do here, just to show you the different bale sizes and how you can utilize different bale sizes in the built-in bale storage as part of the cow barns that I have on this game save. You can see some of that stuff as well. As you see, backing up can be a little tricky when you got this little mini train going here. And that's what it looks like when you just roll through. Still miss spots sometimes, see right there. Alright, we're getting close here, getting super close. really messed that one up. Let's clean up this last few sections here, and of course I get close to the end and I start getting sloppy with it. Man. Excuse me. That's perfect. We were able to through the field and create as many bales as we can from the grass in this field without that much leftover material. That's pretty good. Alright, so now we want to turn off the baler, lift the pickup. We already got the windrow lifted. And we've done one bale type. I think for the other field we're going to do a different bale type. In order to do that, that means we're going to have to get a different baler. So we're headed back to the shop to do something a little bit different this time around. Okay, where I want the car go. Alright, we're back at the shop. Alright, let's drop the, not the windrower, but the baler. And we go to our leased items. and we'll return that baler. This time, let's get a different baler and let's do something a little bit different for the other field. And again, we're going with a baler from the liftable bales pack. And just for consistency, we'll stick with the same brand. Yeah. And I think this one spits out, let's see. Uh, this one spits out 180 to 240 centimeter bales. So we'll go here. And release this. You see what I'm talking about here in just a second. Take the baler out to the field. Keeping the lights on. Keeping our beacon lights on. And we're headed out to our grass field. Ah, I should have known that's what you were reaching for. Excuse me. Now you're gonna be trying to grab everything up here. Hold on one moment. Alright, y'all doing too much now. Come on. here. Grandkids. All right. Now, why is it? Oh, that's when that area where I accidentally mulched. Alright, so we're going to lower the windrower, turn it on. And then we want to go to the baler. And I don't know if we can have an option to switch the bale size here. Oh, there's a toggle of the bale size. Just you click the right stick. We're gonna go. We got the 180, 220, or 240. We're gonna do the 180 just for default right now, but for future we might come in and do a 220 or 240. So for this run, we're gonna do the 180. Which is the default square bale size for this baler. So, lower pickup, turn it on. And now you're going to see a different thing here. And you notice now it takes much longer for the baler to fill up before it kicks out of the fresh bale. That's not a bad thing. Alright, so we got to get the windrower lined up. And you can see the bales kicking out behind the back of the baler. And they'll just naturally fall off once we get to the right point in the process. And with this baler and with the square bales, you notice I don't have to stop while the baler kicks out the bale. I can just keep going. So it's a little more efficient per se. Alright, so we're just going to drive down the edges of the field and then kind of like circle around a few times, and then we'll start going in straight lines once we have enough clearance to turn around cleanly the baler. That's going to take a little bit of effort before we get to that point. As you can see, one of the major issues with this configuration is it's a lot harder to turn. You got a much larger turning radius. now might maybe a perfect time to do a screenshot, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now let's go ahead. Let me get to the right setup here. So we're going to go to window off. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, that's good. Clean up a little bit here. Alright. As I indicated, and I'm sure you can hear, I'm not quite 100% yet. Still trying to get some of this stuff cleared out of my system. Alright, let's see. Let's get that screenshot going here. Should do it. Alright. Put it back on. And let's keep on rocking and rolling. And because we've mulched on this field previously, we're going to have that strip right there that's going to be out of sync. Excuse me. This is bad. Sorry, guys. With the rest of the field. Yeah, I was doing good for a while earlier today. I don't know what's got me messing with me right now. This is probably the most I've talked today. That may be a part of it. Okay. Alright, so I just wanted to grab that and push that bale out so I don't miss it. We come back with the bale loader. To pick up our bales that we harvested or created. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is put the square bales in one cow barn and the round bales in the other, just to have some sort of process in place, I guess, if that makes any sense. All right. And we're still missing some loose material here and there. And try to get as much of it as I can, because you'll never know when that loose material there might be the difference between having an extra bale or two or not. It's always good to at least try to pick up as much of it as you can. Alright, and because it's a slightly irregular shaped field, we still got some weird stuff going on here with our edges, so we just got to get through that. But obviously we would have been here for another couple hours with it just doing those small round builds, so that's definitely not efficient, the most efficient way of doing things. Alright, but you can kind of see what directions you need to go by the paths that I left when I was mowing and what direction I went with the mower. So I don't know how many of you guys on the stream are Marvel or DC or Disney fans or whatever. You may be in that contingent these days that finds it cool to hate on all things large and corporate, such as what is the status quo these days, Microsoft, Disney, and all of that stuff. But long story short, I might be in the minority, but I'm actually kind of looking forward to the Marvel's movie coming out later this week. Me and my son will be going this weekend. I'm gonna order tickets here shortly, and just kind of looking forward to that, just to see how everything all comes together. It'll be good to kind of hop back into Marvel Universe, and I guess I'm kind of in the minority as well, because I'm a little more old school than a lot of other guys, and I remember what we had as far as comic book movies prior to what we have now, and I understand a lot of the stuff still is very much imperfect. You know, that you got people writing the stories that do often seem to have other agendas other than staying locked in on the source material. But I have learned to take sometimes a little salt and pepper with my meal, and just happy to have my meal, especially considering the stuff we had, especially as like 80s baby growing up in the 80s when they tried to do some of the stuff, and it was just really genuinely bad. Even the shows we considered from that time to be actually decent, such as stuff like Wonder Woman, and even the Incredible Hulk TV series, you know, it does not stand the test of time, you know. But when I see people talking about how cringe She-Hulk was with the CGI, and I'd be like, do y'all guys know what we grew up watching and loved? You know, a guy in green makeup, a weight bodybuilder. It was not comic accurate Hulk, but we loved it. But, you know, just me, I guess I just digress. Because again, I know we're talking about, I know we're doing a Farming Simulator stream, but it's one of those things, you know. And I guess my generation will be one of the last generation that sometimes takes certain things for granted or whatever. All right. Still taking some time to get through this field, but we're making excellent progress. So, probably. And I kind of hate that I keep leaving these little small patches of material here around the edges of the field. I think what I need to do is draw one more line here so I can tighten up my turns. Or, excuse me, make more wider turns. That's what I meant to say. All right. So. And once I get this thing turned around, I should be able to come around this line right here. Got a few more bells, and we should be just about done. At least with this part of the process. Yeah, I thought I could make it through the night with it being uneventful, but as you can see, it's kind of night show has been kind of all over the place with different little things going on in the background, but still trying to get it to you. And I'm probably going to have to stop here in just a second and take a little medicine. And thought I had some cough drops around here, but I don't know where I put them. All right. And I don't think we'll reach the bell limit here on console, because on consoles in Farming Simulator 22 there is a bell limit capped at 250 bells. And once you hit that bell limit, you can't make any more or store any more bells. And I think the bell limit counts all of the bells that you have, whether they be in storage or on your fields. I think it's a cumulative total. But again, in the chat, if I'm incorrect on that, please correct me. But I believe that it's 250 bales total, including the ones that are in storage. Don't think we're approaching that number yet. And probably won't hit it on this map because this map doesn't really have any large fields like that. But you have a few ways to get around that. Of course, the first, foremost, easiest way is just to store all your product as loose material, and that way you don't even have to worry about bales or bale caps or any of that stuff at all. The other way is to utilize your larger bale sizes in the game. And that way you make fewer bales, but your bales have more material in each bale. But the way you choose to do it, that's up to you. Again, as I've talked about before in this series, there's no right way or wrong way to play the game per se. It's just the way that you want to play it, that you find fun for you. Too many people in this day and age like to gatekeep on what should or shouldn't be. But at the end of the day, folks, it's your life. Live your life the way you want to, and don't ask for permission to live. And that's advice for gaming and advice for life in general. It's your life. Live your life the way you want to, and don't let anybody dictate to you how you should. After all, it is all you. You came in this world by yourself, and you will leave it by yourself. So live your life to the best of your ability, and do you. And don't ask other people for permission to live your life as you see fit. Alright, so we're coming up here and finishing up on this field. Just about to get this thing wrapped up. I didn't expect most of this episode tonight to be all baling, but it looks like that's what the majority of it's going to be today. But maybe that's slightly more entertaining than a lot of the logging episodes I've had in the past. Yeah, I might have to take a pause here in a second and step away and go grab some medicine real quick and see if I can find a cough drop, and then I'll back on and we'll go ahead and wrap up tonight's episode. As again, this is a little crazy. I've been pretty fine most of the day today, but this just started as soon as I got on here and started doing a little more talking. And then I've done most of the day today, so it's just crazy. Certainly wasn't sounding like I'm sounding now. All right. see if we can kick out one more bale. I think that's gonna do it. Alright. What we don't get, we don't get. See any, before I finish it up, any spots of loose material? And we might be able to scarf up and turn into a piece of bale. A little bit there. But I think that's it. So let's take it up to the top, up front. Alright. Let's get that little material up. And I think that's all we got, right? Alright. Baler. Unload baler. Unload those two bales. Now I can fold her up. Actually, we could just go ahead and return all our leased equipment. And just go straight to it. Cut the middleman out. Leased items and return. Baler. Return the windrower. And do we need to return that extra lease tractor? One thing I want to see real quick here, and I'm not 100% on this since we already got that section of the field that we accidentally mulched. I'm wondering now if I come back in here, we're gonna grab that John Deere again. And this is just kind of for my experimental purposes here. I'm going to lease that John Deere mower again, except set it on mulching now and see if it'll let me continue the mulching of that field. And if we do mulching, will allow the grass field to skip some of the stages the field has to go through before it reaches the next, before it's ready to fertilize and start growing again. Grass doesn't function like most of your other crops, and it will grow automatically. You don't have to do the seeding and everything again and all that good stuff. Yeah. So let's go to tools. Let's go back to our mowers, and we're gonna select that this John Deere HX20. Set it to mulcher, yes. Mulcher, yes. Lease. I just want to see something here. If what I'm thinking is correct, theoretically. Go back out to that same field. That's field number 2, I think, was it? Pardon me, I'm My brain's kind of going through different processes here. But well, we got a lot of bells here we need to collect, and we'll get on that in just a bit here. I just want to see something else. So now if we put this bad boy down and lower more and turn on more, it should go ahead. No, it's not. Darn it. It's not doing what I expected it to do. So we go ahead and scratch that. Now let me see if we go to the status, if it's showing. Oh, we don't have the grass turned on. Okay, crop types. Grass on. All right. Needs rolling. Although it's showing, even though I don't see it visibly, it's showing a mulch status on that screen. Like I said, I think those sections are just in different stages of growth. Although visually it looks the same here, so maybe that's just a texture issue. So hold that thought. So it does work. I'm just not seeing it. Weirdly, visually, it's not being represented for whatever reason. So that's good to know. We're gonna, let's do this first. So we will come back here with this mower and let the worker mulch this field, but we'll do that momentarily. Excuse me. Right now, let's grab, since we do have this other lease tractor, let's go ahead and make use of it. And let's go pick up some bales. Well, first of all, we need to lease another piece of equipment. Excuse me. We need to get our bale trailer. And you know which one I like to use. So let's go grab that bad boy right now. And we need two. Actually, no, we'll just use that one trailer, because it can do both bale types, I believe, just not at the same time. crazy island in the tractor. Alright. So now what we want to do here is we want to go back to our shop screen, and we want to go to bale loaders this time, and we want to do the DPW 1800, but we want the auto load version of it, which is here, the one that's part of the liftable bales pack. Boom, bada bing. And you can see it does round and square bales, 125 centimeters and 180, or 180 to 240 for the square bales. And we're going to go ahead and lease that bad boy. Excuse me again and again. Just crazy how this thing is turned around to so many this evening. Alright, we'll head back out to the field. We'll first start with the non-grass farm, the only wild grass field that we got. And what we want to do is just grab all our bales, and then we'll load them up in our storage facilities that are built into our cow barns. So let's get this set into operating position, and then we can just drive up to the bales, and then it'll start picking them up automatically, because again, this is the auto load version of the trailer. If we were playing realistic, of course, we get a telehandler or some other piece of machinery and get there's a bale forks or bale lifters, and just pick them up manually load and stack them on the trailer. But given the game physics and different other issues with the game, for the sake of sanity, not going to do that here. There are players who love to play ultra realistic and can deal with those things, but then most of them are on PC, where they have mods where they can look around some of the issues that the game has, and they have mods that console players don't have access to. We have scripts and other things to make that life a little bit easier. Excuse me. Alright, we're just about filled up here with our first load of bales. That's 100%, so we're going to go to transporting position. Sorry guys, I know I'm sounding pretty gnarly right now. Definitely gonna have to take some additional medicine and try to get this cleaned up. All right. All right, so we got the cow barn. Most of our bales are installed in this first, or stored in this first cow barn. So we're just gonna come in here and get this thing turned around. And we run up in here and try to unload the bales as best as we can right up here. And then it's gonna go to unload bales. And do unload bales here. And trailer out of here. But thankfully there's actually enough room in here where you can actually navigate your vehicles around a little bit. As long as it's not an extra large vehicle. So we're gonna reset the trailer and go back and grab those other bales, operating position. Turn our beacons back on. And again, I'm starting to be a little concerned about our bale limit, because we got bales, stacks of bales feeding the sheep already in place by the sheep barns. We got bales stored there in our on-farm bale storage facility, and then we got all these bales that we just kind of baled up here. Oops, hit the wrong button. So I don't know if we might be getting super close to our bale limit. Just a little concerned about that, but otherwise we're good. You see there was a patch of grass material that I did miss. Thought I had got it all, but that still wouldn't have made a difference. No. So now it's just looping through the field and getting all of our bales picked up. And let's see how we work out this time. Because last time on this field we had 2 trailer loads plus one extra bale left over. Let's see how we do this time around. Looks like it was slightly less this time, which is interesting. Yeah, we actually got the exact amount for this bale loader, so we can do transport in position. So one less bale total, which is interesting. And still 28, so that's 2 truckloads of the small round bales. 50, 48. So 96 bales roughly. But it's good stuff overall. Very happy with what we were able to produce here. And that's just the bales from the grass field that we own, and not for the grass field that we own and harvested. This is just from the wild grass. So we loop in one more time here. Alright, and unload bales. Here. Sorry, that weird camera angle made it hard for me to see what was going on. Alright, drop those bales in. Alright, reset. And now we should be able to get the tractor turned around and loop back out and go pick up our square bales. Excuse me. Beacon's back on. Alright, set it to operating position. And now we're just going to come in and scoop up all the... Whoops. Are you flipping serious? I'm perfectly suspended in the gosh darn air. Can't make this crap up, boys. Kids, don't try this at home. Tractor ramming is not authorized. Now can you roll your happy tail off the bed? Boom. That was not annoying at all, was it? Alright. So from here we should be able to auto load all of our bales. Hopefully with much less incident. What you just saw was an example of the Murphy saw kicking in. But we were able to come up quickly with a workaround. It's just a matter of just driving around to each bale, really close enough so the auto load baler can sense it and pick it up. And just keeping a close eye on our capacity. And we're getting up here now, we're up to 82%, 84, 85%, 24 bales. It's 25. 89%, so we're almost maxed out here. 26, 92, 27 is 96, so this should be our last one. 28 bales, that's 100%. Yeah, and we're off to our farmyard to go unload, switching to transporting position. Make sure we got beacon lights turned on. And like I said, we're going to put this material in this cow barn here. It's number 2. So we'll get wheeled in here, and pretty much same process. We're just going to try to drive a tractor in here at an angle as best that we can. Camera's going to start acting crazy now. We want to do unload bales and then kind of wing it out here, and then unload bales here. Most of them just drop right in there, and those that don't, we can come over and manually finesse them. Don't make me out a liar now. And maybe I kind of misspoke here. I think the bale limit on consoles is 250 as to how many bales can be visible at one given time. So I can have more than 250 bales. And my playthrough, they just can't all be visible at one time, I believe is what it is. So I think that's like correction to the statement I made earlier. Because the capacity of both of these is 250, which is the max bale limit on consoles. Both of the built-in storage, bale storage, and the cow bars could hold up to the 250 max, which is the bale limit on console. Alright, so we're reset, operating position. Get us another 28. And try our darndest not to get stuck on top of a bale trying to run over one. And when I get finished here, this will also inform me with some guidance as to what might be the best build sizes to use going forward on this playthrough, on this map, or just on playthroughs on future maps that I do. I can see here already we just hit 100% again, and still got to go up one more size. 5 bills left over there, and this is the smallest size for square bills, so we just want to next time up the bill size at least 1 notch for square bills. In fact, I think that would be the thought process for the square and the round ones on the next opportunity for bailing. We do the mid-range size bill size. But now the case, it's just thought here in the future. And now we're going to head back over to our second cow barn and unload all our square grass bills. Excuse me, here. And I'm not, at this point in time, we're not doing any silage, grass silage yet, but that is a thought here for future work on this playthrough. This question on whether I would do just grab them straight from the field, or just grab the bales and put them in, put a grass silage for fermenting silo on the map, and then just create our silage that way from the grass bales. Alright, but in either case, we're here. We want to do unload bales here, boom. And that time we almost got them all. Alright, and you can see they're here. They're visibly displayed here, but they're in the storage. 56 total in there out of the total capacity. Max capacity is 250. It can even shows you how many liters the bales are that we have in there. We have, okay, quit jumping around, buddy. Alright. Yeah, it's jumping around. I can't see. Don't want to act right. There it is. Depends on where I move my pointer. But it shows the square bale grass 5,000 liter. And yeah, 56 out of 250. Oh, excuse me. That's about it. Good work. Good work tonight, guys, in spite of some of the difficulties we've been experiencing tonight. And anyway, as we get towards the end of the episode here tonight, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you for being patient with me throughout this entire series. My ups and downs, my highs and lows. Keep tuning in, folks. We're going to get better. We're going to get better. We're going to get better. Bose 831 Gaming is just getting started. That you can believe. As the saying goes, I forget from what movie it was from. You can take that to the bank. Let's go ahead and return our list of items. In fact, we can return this lease tractor too. We won't be needing. Well, let's not hold that thought. Now we can see if we can get this guy, the worker, to go ahead and finish running the tractor along this field and see what he does. But again, it's just throwing me totally off because I'm not seeing update on the texture here, but something is happening. So we hired a worker. Okay, I just had him going earlier. Why is he not working now? This is still puzzling to me. And it's not going to be enjoyable if I have to manually do it. But if we go to that screen again, you can actually visibly see it. The state is switching from harvested to growing. You can see that's what the green texture is showing you there, and you can actually hop out here and we can see it. It says growing. When you go over here to the other side, it says harvested. So the mulching aspect does work. But I wonder, I think we have, let me go here, I think I have a mulcher that has a wider wingspan. A modded one. Yeah, that guy right there. So what we're going to do here, the view, back to the shop and go get that big boy and see if we can get that same result. Well, actually, just in case, we'll leave that here, because if I'm wrong on this, if I make a mistake, we still have that, then we can use that. But if I'm right, which I think I am, so like I said, just a little bit rusty on all my old school stuff with the grass work and different farming stuff, because I haven't been playing on a farming map in a long time, and I don't play Farming Simulator 22 as much as I used to. And I know that's kind of blasphemy for a lot of hardcore players, and I'm one of them myself. Thanks to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, I've been able to try out a lot of different games, and I'm just dividing out my time with my gameplay. And Farming Simulator 22 used to dominate all of my gameplay time, but I have been divulging into some other stuff now thanks to Game Pass and trying a few different games. But then my mainstays, Farming Simulator 22 and Grand Theft Auto 5. Alright, but here we are. Let's have one. Color don't matter. Last bit don't matter. Let's go ahead and lease that mulcher. Alright, and we're here. Wasn't keeping track of the time. Gotta go. Well, we're coming up on the end of tonight's episode. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Thank you for your support, continued support. I think I've already went over the spiel one time. I'm Bose831 Gaming on most of the major social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, so on and so forth. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you love. Let me know what you don't. But either way, let me know. And like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, what are you doing? This is Bose 831 Gaming with another episode of my Farmer Simulator 22 Silverrun Forest Farmer Simulator 22 Platinum Expansion Silverrun Forest map live stream series. Okay, I just watch my outro there, but you got it. We got it. We get it. It's good. But I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone. When we come back in here on the next episode, we will be mulching and we will be doing some other things. But let's get this bad boy unfolded here. We're going to do a little bit of overtime, maybe, as we just hit 9 on the dot. Lower roller. Alright. And let's see what this one's doing here. Yeah, okay, yeah, so that's... It is changing the status of the field, I just don't see it visibly. And apparently I can't hire an AI worker to do it, can I? Okay, now it's doing it. Alright, so there we are. Alright, but that's it. Have a good night, everyone.